Right.
Eventually, I think the Hulk Hogan consumed Terry. Eventually, and I think that it was very difficult to separate the two. I mean, up until the day that he passed, the night before, I had sent him a text. I sent it to Terry, and that's how we, it's funny. That's how we communicated. Sometimes I addressed him as Hulkster. Sometimes I addressed him as Terry. So it kind of depended upon what.
The context was.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if you're
I
at a
do both.
wrestling show, he's Hulk Hogan, but if you're just chatting with your buddy, he's Terry. Is that the divide?
It depends on what we're doing at the live event. Sometimes,
Okay.
if you're just sitting there BSing with him and all that stuff,
He's
he's
Terry.
he's Terry. When you're talking about, all right, Hulkster, this is what we're going to do tonight, then he's Hulk.
I got you. You said that he eventually that the Hulk Hogan character consumed him. We're not here to do a hit piece on Hulk Hogan. We're celebrating the happy times, but I am curious. Do you remember what era that was? Would that be late 80s? Is that early 90s? Is it when he comes back in 2002? When do you think that was? When Hulk Hogan was here and Terry was hard to find?
I think for some people that may have always been the case because they only dealt with him when he was on.
I see.
And if he were working, man, he was Hulk.
Yeah.
He had to think. We joke about it. He talks about himself in third person, or people that do that. We joke about that. When Hulk was working, he was Hulk. And that's who you had to deal with, and that's who he had to become. And he had to put on the Hulk Hogan hat if he was doing interview or whatever. He always was looking after that image of Hulk Hogan, and he was always looking at protecting that IP, protecting that character, so that he had that to fall back on, and sometimes would hide Terry from the public. You don't always want to give it all out there.
So you said that, he would come over to your apartment and you guys would watch videos and stuff. Are you saying you guys were watching like ninja movies that were straight to VHS? Or are you watching other territory tapes? Are you watching the WWF product? Like, what did you guys bond over socially? Like, hey, let's throw in a tape of blank.
General Hospital.
Come on, man.
I was trying. I don't know. Michael Hayes used to tape one of the soap operas. I think it was General Hospital.
You're fucking around.
Oh no, I'm not.
Michael Hayes.
Michael's a big soap opera guy.
You're lying.
Michael, he loves. No, I am not lying, Conrad.
I'm so excited. You've just made my day. I'm going to have the best afternoon ever texting him today. Just making fun.
Ask him which soap opera it is that he follows. That he what Days of Our Lives, or
Young and the Restless is probably it.
Is it? I don't know, but it's one that he really. I mean, he can tell you everything about it, and things like that. No, we would watch. So like we would watch old Mid-South tapes.
Okay.
We would watch other stuff. So it's just
trying to get ideas, trying to be creative.
Conrad, last night on the plane, traveling home, we watched the Boiler Room Brawl from SummerSlam. I mean, I just got finished. I just got finished doing 2 hours SmackDown, and we get on the plane and we watch more wrestling. So yeah, man, it's I love what I do, and we would just watch. He loved watching other shit.
I've been told. What's that?
See who's out there.
Oh yeah, I got you. So you're maybe scouting future opponents.
I mean, you're doing that in everything you do,
right?
24 hours a day.
Sure.
So at that point, it's like when you're watching tape, you're watching it for the entertainment. And if somebody really entertains you and they're good, then all right, man, just chalk one up for that. Write that name down. and see what we can do. So yeah, you're always working. You're always looking for talent. And Hogan was always looking for opponents.
Hypothetically speaking, I think that Jim Ross has talked about spending time with Gorilla Monsoon, and that those three would sometimes enjoy some quote unquote chocolate cake together. Would it be a stretch to imagine that as you and the Hulkster are watching some old tapes from territory matches, that maybe there may have been some chocolate cake there as well?
But are you saying that Hulk Hogan would put chocolate cake in his body?
No, but he might put a left-handed cigarette there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Has that always been synonymous with wrestling creative, do you think?
I think that it definitely helped the creative process. You know, when people, and for those of you that are wondering, God damn, chocolate cake, hell, I like chocolate cake. I should have done my nose hairs before I got on because they're tickling me. Folks, I was going to come on with like the two, the wax things in my nose and pull them out. Conrad said, no,
that's not true.
You did. You yucked my yum.
You said, "Oh, do not have to heat up the wax."
Yeah,
let's just do it live. Let's do it live. Do it live. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, the creativity sometimes, the what if, you could get in that frame of mind a little faster, maybe. What if?
Yeah. I do. It comes from, look, when people talk about the territories and they talk about getting in cars and riding to the next town, that's where you bonded. But you're coming off of a high. You're coming off of, you know, working that night, and you don't have the same 9 to 5 routine that most normal people had. Your routine was, you know, you didn't wake up hopefully until the early afternoon or whatever. So at night, you're coming off this great high of performing and the energy of the crowd and everything else, and you want to relax, and maybe you want a couple beers, maybe you want to smoke a joint, whatever that may be, to help bring you down and relax. And in coming down off of that creative high of performing, yeah, it helps loosen you up to start talking about other things. So yeah, we would sit back and we would enjoy some nice greenery, and talk about life, talk about ideas, talk about what we were doing with, you know, with him. But he was always also talking about other guys. What are you doing with them? Okay, hey, what about this? And then you sit there and put a tape on. Oh, who's that? What do you think? And it's just a camaraderie of relaxation. Some guys like to get high. Some guys like to take things to make them get higher, more excited. I couldn't do that. I wanted to come down. Hulk was the kind of guy, man. Hulk liked to relax and chill out, have a few beers and chill out. So that's what we did. And it did help in the creative process from the standpoint of just losing your inhibitions.
Right.
And not living in that box that you're sometimes put into.
Hey, just in time for the holidays, what if you didn't have to worry about any of that credit card debt? If you're feeling stuck making the minimum payments and you don't want to have to put Christmas on a credit card, we can help at savewithconrad.com. We routinely help our listeners save hundreds of dollars a month. Find out how much money you can save right now for free at savewithconrad.com.